rapping 24/7. Every day I'm on top of my game. Whoa. Every day I'm on top of my game.
Hey everybody, this is Sean V. Bradley, CEO of Dealer Synergy, and it's that time again. What time is it? It's Make Money Mondays. One more time, it is Make Money Mondays, and I'm back, and I'm gonna teach you all how to make that money. We're gonna crush it, and you know how we're gonna do it? We're not gonna just work hard, we're gonna work smart and strategically. Folks, I'm telling you right now, there's a better way than just taking an up at a time and selling one car at a time. Who would like to have a 2-car deal, 3-car deal, more car deals? That's what this is about, is selling more cars more often and more profitably. One more time, more often, more profitably. How are we gonna do that? It's gonna be macro versus micro. One more time, again, macro versus micro. What's macro? What's micro? Check it out. Micro selling concept is when you're gonna sell one vehicle at a time. If you take an up, you take a walk-in up, you take a phone up, you take an internet up, you sell one car. Now, give me an example, Sean, of a macro selling concept. Fleet. You ever had a fleet account? You have a fleet manager at your dealership? That's kind of interesting because you have one organization where you can sell 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 more cars in one shot. I'm not talking about onesies, and I'm also not talking about fleet. I'm talking about a whole new concept. It's called macro selling. This is BDC personified. I'm not in the BDC, Sean. You don't have to be. You could be a sales consultant. You could be an internet sales consultant. You could be a manager. You could be the owner. This is a concept that you could scale down or upwards for your dealership, but the philosophy is macro is better than micro. Okay? Let's see how it goes. Before we get into the actual details of macro selling, I want to just bring to your attention current market research data. Okay? Current market research data says that you only have a 6% closing ratio from your OEM leads off the internet. Okay, it's a 6% closing ratio within 30 days. Next is your third-party leads and aggregators. You're looking at roughly about an 8% closing ratio. Now, leads off your website are about a 14 to 16% closing ratio. Everybody knows that the best leads are from your website, right? Wrong. What are you talking about? Yes, website leads have a higher gross profit and a higher closing ratio, and they're better than your regular leads from your third party that you buy or from your manufacturer, but they're not the best. They're better. I'm going to repeat that. Your leads from your website are better than from the OEM and better than the third-party providers and aggregators in the sense that they have a higher closing ratio and higher gross profit, but they're not the best leads. Wait for it. What are, Sean? Leads from membership buying programs. Membership buying programs. AAA, Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's, any one of these membership buying programs are a much higher closing ratio. How much higher? Roughly a 27% closing ratio. It is the highest internet closing ratio on the planet, okay? Higher than your own website leads. Now, matter of fact, Costco boasts even a 35% closing ratio. So, Sean, what does that have to do with me and the can of paint? Nothing, it doesn't. But I want to just give you that correlation. I want to give you those numbers. Now, how can we take those numbers and utilize them for us? Let's break it down. Why are membership buying programs so powerful and so awesome? Well, first reason is because people perceive that if they're part of a membership buying community, they're going to get a better price, a better deal, a better situation. One more time. People perceive if they're part of a membership buying program or clique, that they're going to receive better value, better pricing, better scenarios. So here's what my solution for Make Money Mondays is I want you to create your own membership buying program. What? That's right. Who's better than you? Nobody. You're the best. So then show it. You should have your own membership buying program for military, law enforcement, for hospitals, for fire departments, for big corporations. Now, think about this first. Okay, think about the power if you turn on and market towards the law enforcement, the military, for hospitals, for fire departments, for first responders, big corporations that are surrounded by you. Just think of the possibilities of, wow, there's a lot of people you can market to. Here's how you do it. You ready? Okay, what I want you to do first is identify what the strongest target of opportunities in your area. Now, for me, I've actually done this before in New Jersey. in New Jersey, there was a publication, I'm not sure if it still exists, but it's called NJ Cops. You might Google it, NJ Cops. NJ for New Jersey, COPS, Cops, like for law enforcement. And what it was a free publication, almost like one of those auto shopper, newspapers that you could get in the stands, but for free. Here's what NJ Cops did. NJ Cops basically supplied a magazine for every single law enforcement personnel in the state of New Jersey, whether for every single local police departments, every single state troopers barracks, every single sheriff's department, every single correctional facility, whether they were local jails or state prisons, as well as every single federal agency that was situated in the state of New Jersey. Every single one of these law enforcement agencies had a free subscription of NJ Cops. So what did we do? Okay, so when I was at Pine Belt Automotive and even Cherry Hill Nissan, what we did is we advertised. There was a big full-page ad in there that said, show us your badge and, you'll get these benefits. Bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. And what we did is we created a special value package. We created a special story, a special situation that if you were a police officer, a law enforcement official, and your family, because, we're trying to get everybody as we could involved, you would basically be able to engage with us and you get all these special benefits. And folks, it didn't just stop there. We also did this for McGuire Air Force Base. We've done this for, several other businesses, but let me just talk to you about the law enforcement for a second. So now, what we did was, not only did we turn on and we put the full page ad in the magazine, but they had a website. So we had big banners that were on the homepage of the website and skyscrapers on the homepage of the website, and it said the same thing pretty much. Pine Belt Automotive, Cherry Hill Nissan supports our law enforcement. Click here and you'll see all the benefits. People, when I tell you this, it literally was like a large fire. As soon as I sparked the match, it was all over the place. I mean, the first ad that we ran, within the first 3 days that it went to market, we signed up 22 different police departments on there, and we were selling cars like crazy. Because try to imagine if you're in a police department, or you're a sheriff, or if you're a CO, or you're any of that other stuff, and you open up this publication and it says, boom, if you are a law enforcement officer, we appreciate you, we respect what you're doing, so Pine Belt Automotive is going to do this. Cherry Hill Nissan, we're going to give you all this stuff. Why the heck wouldn't you come to us? Why would you just roll into your regular old dealership with a regular old experience? Doesn't make any sense, does it? No. Show us your badge, you get all these different, benefits, features, specials, discounts, etc. How? I mean, it just makes the most sense. Again, I was in the reserves, in the ROTC actually, and I got to tell you right now, it is one of the most powerful things for me that if I could get a free this or I get a discount there just by showing my military ID, why wouldn't I do that? So now, that's what I want you to do, is focus on how you could build value for different organizations. Here's something else. I was working with a Highline dealership, part of a large dealer group in Clear Lake, Texas. Okay, what's next to Clear Lake, Texas? NASA. NASA, the spaceships and the astronauts, they're right there. So we created a special VIP program for NASA. If there's large companies, whether it's Coca-Cola, Lockheed Martin, whatever, guess what? You are going to create a special program. Who's got this idea? The manufacturers do. What is it? Mazda has S-Plan, and Ford and Chevy have employee plans, all that other stuff, and partnership plans. Why is it that manufacturers have special pricing for people in their internal network? Because it makes sense. It gives them an extra incentive to do business with you. Well, why can't you have your own friends and family type pricing, but for specific organizations like, again, law enforcement, military, doctors, teachers? Anybody that's in an organization, instead of going after just one person, go after the organization. So here's what you do. After you turn around and you figure out which organization you'd like to target, such as military, such as a police department or agency, then you create your value package benefits. For example, you might turn around and say, and I'm not about giving gross away, so I'm just saying this as an example. I don't care what you choose. It might be special pricing, invoice pricing, MSRP pricing, and the special, police department pricing. Or again, invoice pricing, MSRP pricing, or the certain, firefighters pricing right there. almost like Edmunds.com. Why is Edmunds.com one of the best and most used information resource sites out there? Because they offer invoice, MSRP, and true market value. People like it. So perpetuate what people like. So again, for military law enforcement, you have the option and the opportunity, folks, to do something special. So now, after you've targeted your audience, you're going to create a special value package for them. It could be pricing. It could be a concierge service where you could pick them up, you could drop off, you could do free delivery. Maybe they get a special, I don't know, gift. They get special, privileges. Whatever you or your dealership are willing to do, and if it's just you individually, what are you willing to do to earn the right to have a whole agency or whole organization you have the ability to market to? Now, after you've created some amazing value packages, for this said targeted audience, then you approach them. Take a shot. Just like a prospect, like a regular prospect you would try to engage. You try to, engage somebody. Hey, I'm Sean Bradley. I'm selling vehicles here. If you know anybody that's interested, boom. You basically sell that person on why they should come to you if they're ever looking to buy a vehicle, or if they know somebody that's looking for a vehicle. It's the same concept. If you know how to prospect or you understand the concept of prospecting one person, why would you not want to prospect a whole organization? So what you'd have to do is you'd have to find the appropriate contact in the military, in the police departments, in the fire departments, in the teachers' unions, and just have your rap down, have your script down. Basically, say, hey, listen, my name is Sean Bradley, I'm from ABC Motors. And we have this amazing program, for the police department, or we have an amazing program for the teachers unions. We appreciate and respect what you do. Here's what it is. There's no catch. You don't have to buy anything right now. If any of your teachers, any of your doctors, any of your police officers are ever in the market for a vehicle, new, used, any franchise, any make, anything about financing or credit, please consider us, because it'll be our honor and our privilege to serve you and to help you. Again, this is a program that we created. It's not open to the public. That's the key right there. You let them know it is exclusive to them and their organization. Now they want it. Now it's interesting. Now it's cool. So now, let me take this back. I know this is very foreign. This is business development. What I want you all to start doing is starting to think about different ways that you could prospect, not just one person at a time, not just handing out one business card. Start to target businesses. I cannot tell you how successful this was for me, tremendously. And I know a lot of other sales consultants and dealerships on an individual and dealership-wide level that have created a strategy of macro selling, of selling to organizations. But it takes a couple things. Let me recap finally. It takes one, a targeted audience. Don't just go after everybody. Make the program special. It could be similar. What you're doing with the police department could be similar to the fire department, but you should create materials, graphics, a brochure, a website that's catered to that specific organization. The more real it is, the real it'll be for them, and the more they'll be receptive to it. If it's like, hey, I got this idea, and it just sounds like it's a smoke and mirrors BS thing, they might not, really buy into it. But if you go there with collateral materials, with the program, with your rap tight, your verbiage tight, then you might have a hell of a shot of intriguing and engaging these people. So again, make sure that you have the proper target of opportunity that you want to engage in. Second is turning around and creating the deliverables. Creating the landing page or the website or whatever it is, creating the brochures, actually specifically creating the value package. That is the most important thing, is creating that value. Think of it as, what's in it for me? Why should the local police department, let's say Philadelphia, why would the Philadelphia Police Department even entertain this? Because we're offering you this, and this, and why would you want to buy a vehicle anywhere except through us? We're giving all your officers all the stuff. Why? Because we appreciate them. So now, after you've got your target audience, you've got all the materials in your value package, the third thing is the tenacity. Okay, are you going to spot all these organizations? No. You might have to turn around and literally contact 100 different organizations before one of them, or two of them, or 5 of them, or 10 of them, decide to, participate in your program. But oh my gosh, can you imagine if you lock in a police department, a fire department, if you locked in a military base? I locked in McGuire Air Force Base. And that's a whole nother story. You could call me and I'll give you details. I locked in a base exclusivity with 1,000 soldiers. And I can't even tell you the amount of cars that we sold because of my partnership, and I created it myself. So this works, folks. And I've been doing this for over a decade. This is real BDC. But a BDC concept, which is business development, does not have to be just with the dealership itself. If it was me, if I was back on the block selling cars, please, I wouldn't be just selling one up at a time. I would be looking for macro opportunities. I'm not saying just macro, but I wouldn't just be doing micro. I wouldn't be just upping people. I would be prospecting, but prospecting organizations. That's a takeaway. Prospect organizations, macro selling versus micro all day. Sean V. Bradley. If you got any questions, please go to automotiveinternetsales.com, post them there, or contact me directly, Sean B. at Dealer Synergy. I'm out.